Good, YouTube? It's your boy, Zhredded checking in for what seems to be a new installment, and today, you guys, we are talking about chest development yet again. I cannot stress these aspects and these training styles enough, you guys. The chest is such a hard body part for many people to build. It would seem like some people can just stare at a bench press, and their boobs will just grow to massive proportions without even having to try. And that's usually due to genetics, you guys. I myself struggled to build a chest early on in the game of lifting. In all honesty, my chest was a lagging body part. It did not seem to grow. And I attribute that to the fact that I would go in the gym. The first exercise I would perform is the bench press, and I would basically throw as much weight on as possible. Do like 10 reps the first set, throw on more weight, do like 6 or 8 reps the next, and not really focus on what I was doing. You know, I was just blindly and blatantly pressing weight. When it comes to the bench press or any exercise for the pectorals, the mind to muscle connection is so important. And it was not until I backed off on the weight and I focused on the contraction, the squeeze, and actually getting my chest to take the workload, that is when my chest started to grow. And it wasn't until like 2 years of training that my chest began to catch up to the rest of my body. And since then, my boobs have become a pretty strong point in my own reckoning. Also, before I forget to mention, I was a douchebag in this workout, you guys. I decided to work out shirtless. The gym was completely empty, and you're really not supposed to do this shit, but whatever, you guys. I haven't did this before. I thought it would be cool to share with you guys a shirtless workout so you can actually see my chest doing some work, if you know what I'm saying. So, as I said, high-ass volume. That is what this workout was focused upon. And every single exercise that I performed was focused around an 8x8 style of training. Yes, that is a lot. 8 sets of 8 repetitions. You can't do a whole lot of weight. You can't push a whole lot of weight if you're focusing in on using nothing but your chest. As you saw earlier, not every single set was going to be recorded. I already tell you guys that in every single video, but on the flat bench press, I used 185 pounds for 8 sets of 8 repetitions. The pump that I had in my effing chest, it was so amazing. It was something out of this world, you guys, and I love doing 8x8 styles of training. Sometimes I even do like 10x10, and this is high-ass volume. You should not apply this style of training in every single workout that you do. You should utilize this type of volume as a tool that you use very sparingly and that you use every so often in your training styles, regardless of whether it's your legs, your chest, your back workouts, whatever it is. You will probably burn out extremely quickly if you're doing this type of volume training, you guys. But as you can see, I moved on to the incline press, and it's more of a guillotine type of pressing. And instead of bringing the bar down to my nipple area, I'm focusing on bringing the bar much closer to my neck. And the engagement of your upper chest is much better than just bringing the bar to the nipples, in my opinion. This can be very dangerous, though, on the shoulders. My shoulders did get pretty irritated on a couple of sets, so if you guys try it out, be very mindful of that and be very careful with your shoulder region. Now, from the incline, I decided to move on to another incline movement because you can never have too much upper chest development. There's just no such thing, am I right? So I'm using like the 50 or 60 pound dumbbells. I'm telling you guys, that's all it takes. I'm trying to be as controlled with my movements as possible. This is not by any means a strength building workout, although I'm sure that you will get a lot more endurance from doing this type of volume training. Now, in terms of actual rest time, I would say that I had anywhere from 30 seconds to 45 seconds rest maximum. That's a pretty short amount of time in between each set, but I'm using a moderate amount of weight, so of course it's going to allow me to take a little bit less of a rest period. And holy shit, look at those fucking insertions. Look at the muscle bellies on that shit right there. I don't care I don't brag too fucking often, you guys, but I was pumped up after some of these sets. Like, holy shit. In before steroid accusations. You won't, mate. So this incline movement, of course, I'm going a little bit of a higher incline than I normally do, so the shoulders are going to come into play somewhat. That's always going to happen in any chest movement that you do, whether it's dips, a machine press, isolation exercise. Your shoulders are going to get engaged. I'm sorry to say, you guys. There's no way around it. Speaking of my shoulder training, you guys, you all know that I don't currently have a shoulder day anymore. What I will do now is I will throw in some shoulder isolation exercises at the end of my back workouts and sometimes at the end of my chest workouts. An example of this happening would be me completing a back workout, and then I go and do a couple of sets of side lateral raises, and then I do a couple of sets of dumbbell shoulder presses. And that's really it in terms of my shoulder development. I'm pretty pleased with where my shoulders are right now. Of course, I could definitely use more side delts. With my small frame, it wouldn't hurt to look a little bit wider, but I'm not a competitive bodybuilder or anything like that, guys, so please settle down. It's alright. But in terms of competing, I haven't made a video about it. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit right here. I really don't have any like drive to want to compete. You know, of course I think about it sometimes. I'm sure we all do, all of us lifters. We think about competing sometimes. And, you know, I have so much respect and I hold so much gratitude towards the people who actually have the balls to go up on stage and whatnot. Because it takes a lot of balls to do that, to go up on stage and pose in front of hundreds of people. It's just not my slice of cake. It's not really what I want to do. It's not my dream. You know what I'm saying? Sure, I'm inspired by those who compete, many of the competitors nowadays with great physiques. It inspires me and motivates me. I just have so many responsibilities that I need to take care of before I add more to the table. In a competition that would call for so much of my time, it's just not something that I can do right now. I'm still living at home with my mom and dad. I'm not by any means a success in terms of financial standards or anything like that, you guys. I have a lot that I need to do before I can add a freaking competition into the mix, whether it's bodybuilding or physique. It's just not something I want to do right now. But that is the video, you guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch it. Give me some feedback below in the comments section. Say hello. Say what's up. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Bye.